Be seen and not heard, my dad used to say.
Welcome to the UrbaQuest podcast. Introducing your UrbaQuest team, Yuli V, John Z, and Justin C. They're bringing you what's burning in cannabis entertainment, events, vendors, cultivation, and culture. So grab your fucking bong. Damn son, who's the plug? And enjoy the show.
What's poppin', everybody? What's going on? It's Yuli V back with the UrbaQuest podcast and my team, Justin C, John Z, and our new arrival, GINO ROCKS. How's it going, Gino?
What up, y'all? What up, UrbaQuest team? You know, just flew in from outer space, baby.
Tell us a little bit about yourself real quick before we get started today.
My name is GINO ROCKS. I am your model's favorite director, a visual creative artist. Pretty much I work on music videos, any source of media, but I also do a lot of marketing. So basically, if you're a rapper with a song or a model that needs to take more photos, or you want to make a movie or a script, or you have a product that you want to sell, then you come to guys like me next. And we basically can run a whole campaign from visually to, you know, on social media marketing and all that stuff to be able to.
And it's not just that either, man. It's mostly like somebody like you got all your connections, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just having a photographer, it's having a photographer and content creator that is fucking connected to people and can actually make your content matter, right? Like,
sure, they do. Yes, that's definitely right. They do say your net worth is your network. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I have more people within my network than I do money's in my pocket, but sometimes that's better.
Are we talking about the bunnies? You didn't say anything about the bunnies.
Not yet. No bunnies yet. No carrots talk yet. I do also own a compliant cannabis company called Carrots in California, which they do sell here only on the res at Shaman and Native Hype Mart. So
exclusive
drop.
Yo, Gino's
down there
from the West
98B,
Coast.
y'all.
Gino's from the West Coast, but it's like he's from here. Swear to God. Same vibe. Awesome. Yeah, so welcome, man.
We're rocking the Buffalo Bandit hoodie. What is that? Yeah.
You know, bandits, baby.
Nighthawks, baby.
I like the orange. It matches with my J's, you know.
That shit's fire.
Well, it's an honor to have you on the podcast, man, and welcome.
Thank
because he's going to be a regular. So, like we said last time, we switched up the flow a little bit. So now we're talking about conspiracy theories, different topics, right? Got to get interesting while we get baked. We're all getting baked. So today we're going to be talking about our take on what we think about aliens, with all the current phenomenon going on with aliens and you know, seeing more UFOs and more relevant, relevant now than it ever has been. I definitely am. I'm in a UFO.
Like you're in a mothership. It's like the mothership of shaman, the shamanship.
When I was a kid, my mom was like, if you could do this, you're an alien, right? So I did it. And dude, I thought I was an alien until I was like at least 11. At least.
I cannot.
So
you can't do that?
it's really fitting to talk about aliens, right? And also have it tied into our weed show where we're all smoking. What the fuck happened to my joint? Anyway, I'll get back to that in a minute because there's some theories out there, right? Because cannabis is so ubiquitous. It's fucking everywhere. It helps with so many different ailments, and the endocannabinoid system works within all the systems in your body to maintain homeostasis, right? There's a theory that that plant was given to us either by like divine intervention or handed down from aliens so that we would be able to put it to so many uses. I mean, not even the uses of ailments in our bodies, but things like hemp ropes. They can make fucking batteries from hemp. It's wild. Right? You can do literally anything. Paper. Like I don't have time to sit here on this podcast and tell you everything. But
stop talking my ear off, man. What the fuck?
Yo, I got a question. What was that big word you were about to use?
Ubiquitous.
Why did you go through there? Come on, man.
I'm a lyricist, man. That's my job. It's my job to be good.
Ubiquitous.
It's ubiquitous.
I do have to say one thing too before we get into like diving about like, you know, aliens and if they're real or not. I live with one. My son is a fucking alien, 100%.
Well, he says he's not anymore. You said your son says he's not an alien anymore.
Yeah, no, of course he said that.
Of course he's gonna say that.
he says some sideways shit that it's like, what the fuck? What life did you live in? Like, I want to put a lock
You
on
were
my
just
door,
you were a
but, like,
vessel. You were his
it's not
vessel
gonna-
that he had to take to this earth. No, but same thing what Justin was saying about that. The plants were made here, put here, like also goes with mushrooms and all that. But
Yeah,
I think
dude.
this whole earth itself was just a rock, and people did plant seeds here and eventually made people and stuff. Like,
Have you guys
well,
seen
that's what.
Prometheus? Have you seen
Yes,
Prometheus?
exactly. I was about to say Prometheus,
Have
and
you
that's
guys seen
also what.
Prometheus?
No.
It's like the beginning of Aliens. You've seen Alien, right? The alien,
prequel
the
to
whole
Aliens, and
alien shit.
they have this origin story. It's pretty crazy.
But basically, like these big humanoids come to Earth and they like plant these seeds of evolution, and it like blossoms everything. But
Yes.
I think that's actually pretty accurate.
But you
and
know
I'll
who
get into
also
that when I get
says
into my
that?
shit.
You know who also says that? Ancient alien theorists.
Like the actual show.
Is it true?
Like the actual show, like the people on that show that we talking
Yeah,
about.
man. My guy Childress and the other guy who loses the accent here and there with the hair.
It's
know?
looking like
So I think
He's
that
like, sometimes he talks like this, and sometimes he just talks normal. And you're like, what the hell?
aliens
but
are fucking
they-
like they have to have had some sort of influence. If assuming there's no gods or anything like that, right? And the universe is all
course.
real, aliens have to have
Bro.
been the gods, right? They have to have been
Of course,
what was
yes,
here
yes.
helping us, giving technology
I-
back when ancient
Yes.
civilizations were using fucking
All right.
rocks to hit things.
All right, yeah. So give us your take, bro. What do you think, man? Like, what's your take on, like, you started off, right? Obviously, you think that there's been some influence. You think that they're real, right? What else do
You're
you
talking to me?
theorize? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're the one that
I was already
talking.
doing that.
Talking to me? Are you
I thought
talking
you
to
were
me? I'm
directing
talking to you. Am I
Justin.
talking to me?
Hey, Justin. No, yeah. What do you think, man? Start us off. What do you think? What do you think?
I just think it's first and foremost, yo, it is ignorant to think that we exist as life forms and there's no other life forms in this universe, right? That's fucking crazy to me, right? This whole talk of me believing in the flat earth thing, like push that whole thought process aside for right now, assuming everything we've been told from our childhood is the truth. The universe is extremely expansive. It's ignorant to think we're the only ones here. Now, that being said, there's some
but-
evidence in other places. And so like, there has to be aliens, right? And we clearly have structures of either we at once were much more highly advanced than we are now. and
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
remnants of those technologies through, or it came and fucking helped, and then they left and they were like,
Yeah.
oh my
So
God,
to
those
bust in,
guys.
I'll bust in on that because I have the same theory. So I definitely think aliens are real, right? I believe that we've been helped our whole history. So my theory is that because there's so much information out there. Like, number one, the defense minister of Canada, when he resigned, he came out and said that there's 5 different alien species, and that shit, you can go look that up. That's a real video.
Praise, benevolence.
Right. So and there's like the reptoids, right? The reptiles. So
Yeah.
what I think fucking happened, I think the reptiles were here first, and I think it was their planet, and I think that they coexisted with dinosaurs, and I think that whatever race we were before we were all human, I think that we were on Mars and we inhabited Mars because now there's mad shit coming out about Mars. There's so much shit coming out about Mars that they see like actual Egyptian sculptures like on Mars from satellites or from the rover pictures.
Have you ever
Like, come on.
Ancient Aliens on Netflix?
Yeah, ancient alien theorists.
Ancient Alien.
That's what you're talking about. The dude with the crazy hair and shit. The dude, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, my
Childress is
bad.
the
I'm
old dude with the
fucking-
glasses.
That's the yeah.
You got one big eye, but your ears aren't working that well.
And then, like,
I mean, let's not forget. Let's not forget this either. So that's what I think. I think that we inhabited Mars. I think that we fucked Mars up and then destroyed Earth or had a battle with all these freaking dinosaur reptiles,
Yeah,
reptoids,
dude, Mars battle.
and
First
pushed
of all,
their asses
dinosaurs
down
are reptiles.
underneath.
Remember that, though.
And, well, what I'm saying is, I think we pushed them underneath the ocean, and that's why we haven't even discovered anything. Why are we looking to space? That makes no sense. Why don't we just check out like what's going on underneath Earth?
Under the ocean, and we don't know what's in the ocean. There's hella
We
shit
had a
on the
battle
ocean.
There's
on
mad
Mars,
crazy
and
shit.
then we got confronted again on the fucking moon. Dude, like we beat the aliens on Mars, and then we came across a different species of alien on the moon, and they're like, "Yo, fuck you, we're better than the Mars aliens."
We're better than the
You're not
Mars
allowed here.
aliens.
No, I mean, I read about some stuff about ancient stuff. It's like ancient, like, I mean, go ahead first, whoever's next.
I mean, when you really though, when you think about it, like, I mean, obviously everyone knows about the Great Asteroid Belt. That used to be a planet. That said that's used to be a planet, and it was destroyed, and then it became that, and that's how Saturn got their rings and all that shit, and that's how we supposedly got our moon, right? Because the moon is not from Earth, so it actually came out from somewhere else. That's wild. But if we really think about it, and if an average person thinks about it, and they don't believe in aliens, then tell me this. You have, I mean, obviously there's gods, right? People believe in gods, different gods, which, you know, definitely could be aliens. Who knows? I mean, an alien to us, what's the word alien? It's only made up by what we have made it to be, right? I mean, we made that word up. I don't even know how they came up with grays and how they look, but that somebody definitely did that shit.
As an alien.
But what I'm trying to get to, my point being, should I say, is that we have a world full of pyramids, right? Pyramids are the craziest shit. So from civilization to civilization, from continent to continent, they're building the same fucking things. Hell no. There's no way.
Without the technology to actually do that, or the manpower, or the food, like the environment in which they're in as well.
Bringing stones from other places that are crazy big.
Putting them
impossible.
Like the pyramid. So the Pyramid of Giza, the Great Pyramid of Giza, is a 10th degree off of true north of the planet. Not true north of what we think today. North what today? I'm pretty sure it's a 10th of a degree.
One. I read a 50th.
Still, dude,
even less.
Degree.
Let's
be honest.
But you know why it's a 50th is because shit moved. Planets moved, landmass moved throughout all these centuries and all these.
Well, that's true. That's true. But it's still crazy to even think that precision was done that way. Plus, there's so many different holes. I mean, if you watch Ancient Aliens, you'll see all of those, everything that I'm talking about. Obviously, they have holes, that are like bored out with tools. We can't even do that shit today with diamond drills.
Yeah, that was like
if you think about what Gino just said, y'all, about how the fucking continents have moved, that means more than likely when that shit was built, it was nowhere near true north, and that fucking point is completely fucking irrelevant.
So the dude's name, the theorist, his name is Giorgio. I can't say his last name.
Giorgio.
No, but I've been reading hell of about ancient shit and ancient things.
All right, so tell us some stuff, man. Give us a theory.
Well, obviously now I think of aliens. Obviously, a lot of the UFOs we see now, I think, are man-made. A lot of them are showing up. A lot of them could be false flags. The FBI did release a lot of weird shit. There's a lot of weird shit going on at those times. But before we get to even that, I want to take it back to all the ancient knowledge I've been reading about where the world was different. Like you got to think about it. Our civilization, we're here like 2,000 years only. We have technologies that are dope, but the older civilization that was here before the dinosaurs, before all of that, they were here for 15,000 years. These fools had flying machines, lasers, all this shit way before us. Because if you're here for 15,000 years, you're learning technologies and you're doing all that shit. So I believe there was hella flying machines and all that shit before, and all that shit got wiped out. Dinosaurs, all that shit happened. Then we came back, and all those pyramids and all that shit was still here. But I also believe people just moved into those pyramids and they're like, cool, we're just going to put a fucking dog head and a fucking, and then all these ancient scripts with the Indians in India, they had the blue guys with flying machines, just like ancient aliens were saying. And then they even went to that bridge that they all thought was a myth. And they actually went under the water and found the stones, and new people put them down, and they actually had machines and like actual mathematics to make it correct. And they actually found those stones, and there was a bridge just like Sri Lanka or some shit, which there was a land bridge there before. And all the pictures showed like ape-looking people, normal people, and blue people. So it was like like cavemen working with people, and then all the blue guys were like the people from outer space, which could even just be us from the future. If you want to get crazy like that, I feel like there's people in the future coming back already checking that shit out, fucking shit up.
Not even the future, man. Different dimensions. I think it's all dimensional, honestly. I mean,
exactly. It could. And going back to what Justin's saying, though, he said there's other forms out there. They could just all be humans from different dimensions and universes.
Because if you think about it,
look.
Right. I think that, and touching on that real quick, is with time travel, right? You have to think about time travel as like, we live in a reality. Like we live in a physical reality. Shit doesn't like happen like magically, right? It's just like not how our realm works. It's not how our dimension works. But think about if someone was going to truly travel back in time. Number one, they're going to look weird because I'm guessing that doesn't come around for a long time. But also, if they were to change anything here, if they were to ever change anything in time, it's not going to be our timeline, right? That's like string theory. It wouldn't be our timeline. It would be a different timeline derived off the timeline, right? So it splices into something different. I mean, there's a lot of different theories on that too. There's a lot of different theories on that too.
The
If you think about it, right? It could really be, our civilization that is coming back and showing us, like, or you just see it. I mean, who fucking knows?
Yeah, dude, it's like Star Wars.
I love this theory.
Star Wars missed a few episodes for sure, or a few, not episodes, a few movies apparently.
Yeah, or like Mandela, they all thought he was dead in jail. He came out. Fucking Fruit Loops is spelled with two O's or is it spelled fruit?
Yeah, that Bernstein.
Like these are things that we remember and they change suddenly.
Oh yeah, the Bernstein Bears. Dude, not only that, did you see the one about geez, now I'm blanking out. The one about Forrest Gump, where he said life is like a box of chocolate.
No, stop.
Now, if you go and watch it on any streaming service, it says life was like a box. My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
No, it's life.
I know. And not only that, but they said, like, I have the VHS tape that still, he says that. Jiffy? And it says it on the back. It says life is like, but now he says it, life was like. Yeah, that shit's crazy. That one's real.
Is the peanut butter Jiffy or is it Jif? The peanut butter is a Jiffy or is it Jif?
It's straight up changing it to try and fuck with your brain so that people are distracted by shit called the Mandela effect, called the government.
Well, have any of you
changed history and fucks
have any of you heard of the Blue Beam project?
Yeah, Blue Beam where the whole sky is fake. It's all
so basically and that 5G is rolling out. They're gonna roll out like a fake UFO invasion. That's why people are seeing all this crazy shit.
UFO
if you go on, dude, I go on my TikTok. All I see
Ukraine
is
UFOs, right?
People seeing UFOs, yeah. And then how about the Armada that people just saw in Colorado? Have you seen that? Yeah. Check that video out.
I know
Armada over Colorado.
When you're looking out on the coast and you're looking over the water and you've seen some fucking rocket shit. I lived there for 1 year and I've seen like 4 crazy things over the ocean that are not shooting stars or meteors or anything.
Have you seen the one where it starts super big and bright like a sun and then it fizzles out? Have you seen those?
It looks like
I saw that shit over Lake Ontario. I saw that over Lake Ontario and I have 2 witnesses.
Crazy
I did see lights in Hawaii.
What happened
in the water?
It was actually, I thought these were aliens. This was UFO shit that I seen in Hawaii though, for sure.
What happened to Nikola Tesla? The man invents a death ray and poof, gone. Like the aliens took him back. They're like, dude, you're too smart. We need you back over here. Government's on to you.
He not only did he invent crazy shit like that, but he literally
solved God particle.
He solved the like the power problem. Like he was about to harness the power of the sun.
That's why he got
free energy.
The aliens took him back because the government was going to kill him. They're like, no, we need to go with Einstein and the A-bomb, and we need to fucking charge people for electricity.
First of all, let's be
Tesla.
real.
The world cannot provide its own electricity.
Let's be real. Tesla was a fucking alien. My man was in love with the chicken. He was in love with a chicken.
Let's go.
He married a chicken. That happened.
Yeah, because he's a fucking dope ass buffalo ass alien.
He was an alien. You know what's crazy too? Fucking Leonardo Da Vinci. He created like flying machines and all these specs for tanks and hella shit.
But, there's the Armada right there. Thank you for pulling.
But they let it out though. They let it out little by little. The technologies. For
can you enhance? Can you
enhance, please?
Enhance. Yeah, so that's that Armada thing. I saw that and that was wild, man. That just
light. They don't even see shit.
Yo, you guys do not want me pulling videos up right now.
You're muted, Justin.
I'm gonna find a better one.
Just pull
Yeah,
them
like
up. Let's
Leonardo da
look at
Vinci,
them.
he released all that shit. You know, like
No,
imagine
no,
if
my
dude,
videos
So
aren't
Leonardo
good,
da Vinci.
bro.
So I actually have something on my phone, and I'll post it on our Instagram. So make sure number one, you're following our Instagram, UrbaQuest, right? But anyways, I will post something up. So if you take the Last Supper that Leonardo da Vinci did, right, and
Yes.
you
I
cut the
love
left
that
side
thing.
off and then flip it around and then paste it together, it literally looks like an alien, dude. It's wild, and everything's pointed right to
He's
it
an
instead
alien,
of
bro.
just like, yeah, dude.
Leonardo's an alien, bro. He
That
made
shit was
crazy
wild.
shit. He
I
wrote
seen that.
backwards. He
I
wrote
did
his
that
notes
shit myself.
backwards.
I did it myself. I literally pasted and did all the stuff
Yeah.
in some editing software, and
And
I
Da
have it
Vinci
on my
Code,
phone.
all that shit. He had all those secrets and shit. There's hella power and shit out there. They don't want to release, you know.
That shit's crazy. I mean,
Crazy shit.
who knows, man? You know, like who knows? And it's really only like if you really think about it, dude, there's so many NPCs in this life, like non-playing characters. Like literally,
For
like
sure.
you go to a store and people are just like
That's a whole different
lollygagging
thing. The
around. I don't know.
simulation's
It's
a
weird.
whole
Yeah.
different,
Well,
conversation.
the simulation thing comes pretty crazy because I mean, Elon Musk even said there's like a 98.2 something like percent chance that we're already in a simulation because of the way that our technology is right now,
Mandela effect, all that shit.
where we're headed. Like
The
think
Matrix,
about, I mean,
bro.
think about 20 years ago where technology was. It's crazy. We're
The
booming right now.
Matrix, bro. Remember that shit?
Yeah. But to get back to the alien thing, I mean, a lot of the sightings started happening after we dropped the bomb or the bombs in Japan. That's when a really large amount of sightings started to be recorded. And this is obviously way before,
Wait, you said
any
when we
type.
started bombing?
Yeah. So
With the
after we
A
dropped,
bomb,
Getting
right?
hydrogen and getting
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. and
After
then
we
the
dropped
aliens
the
are like,
nuclear,
yo,
yeah.
fuck you for trying to kill Tesla. Now we're here.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. I mean, I think once we started using certain technologies that I don't think we were supposed to use, that's when we started seeing more of like an intervention.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of different like videos on the Galactic Federation. So actually, I just saw something the other day that you could look up. It's in all of the Israeli news. So the ex space defense minister, he retired. He's like 80 something, I think like 87. So he retires and he actually comes out and says that the Israeli government and the United States government has been working with the Galactic Federation, which is basically a panel of all different species of aliens, right? So he's saying that. So he's a distinguished 30-year like veteran of that government, and he retires and he starts telling all this crazy stuff. That's wild, bro. Not only that, but he says that Trump was a big part of it. And Trump, when he was in office, no matter how much of everyone hated him, he was trying to disclose mad information, that secret government information, and they blocked him from doing so. And it was like a big thing. He like tweeted about it and all that shit. So that's crazy, man. I mean, there's a lot of crazy different stuff coming out about, extraterrestrials or UAVs or what are they calling them now? They're not even calling them UFOs anymore. UAPs.
UAPs and EBEs.
Yeah, unidentified aerial phenomenon. So they're calling them UAPs now. So that's crazy. I mean, there's so much different stuff. Have you guys seen there's a really famous clip of the pill. There's like it's like a pill spaceship, and the Navy has chatter back and forth about what's going on, and there's like one of the lieutenants is like super high in altitude and the other one's really low, and the pill's like down here, and then it shoots up, and it does it in a matter of seconds, and there's no way that could ever happen. So, and they're talking about it like live, and they recorded that shit and they've released it, and they've actually, I think the one dude was on Joe Rogan
on Friday, released a long-awaited report on what it knows about UFOs, or unidentified flying objects. Some of the more than 100 instances it studied could be explained by atmospheric occurrences, foreign adversary action, or other phenomena. But most of the incidents,
like the little breath mints, in
here it is.
scale, but white, oblong, no apparent flight control surfaces, no apparent visible beams of propulsion, and
so it's not showing anything on the outside
that we didn't recognize
at all. It's literally like a pill, and it's moving like a jet, or it's going as faster than jets.
At to make that analysis. It's almost 17 years now.
Could it have been launched?
Look at her. She's fucking flabbergasted.
Curious.
17 years of experience with that shit, and she don't even know what the fuck to say.
I debriefed, gave what I could in terms of the information and data from that day, and I'll leave it up to the expert analysts to do their job. And
yeah, I'm gonna leave it up to somebody else so that I don't get called a crazy, because everyone believes that it's bullshit.
Crazy.
Could it not have been a projectile though? You know what I'm saying? Like some kind of missile that was.
No, dude, because it was literally like doing this, bam, bam.
It looked like fucking
it was
Atari
moving.
and shit.
It was like Pong. Like that's exactly what it looked like. And they said there's no propulsion on the outside of it, so it's not showing any jet stream, nothing like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's only one instance. That shit has happened all over. Like,
what about that one that they
insane
see
right
all
now.
the time? It's there forever. That one little ship that's always above us.
Oh
Been
yeah.
there for
Oh yeah.
holidays.
So there's like this black mass that is like caught in our orbit. It's caught
always there.
No, it's
for
literally caught.
holidays.
It's caught in the orbit of Earth, and it like goes with our orbit, like with the rotation of Earth, and they don't know what it is. I also saw, if you want to look this up real quick, Justin, bring this up. There was a black mass that was hovering next to the sun, and it's sitting there, and it starts sucking something from the sun. And you got to think the sun is so big that we can fit in there like thousands or millions of times or some crazy shit. This thing was so big, it was bigger than Earth, and it was like sucking plasma from the sun or some shit, and then it just shoots away. Bring that up. That one's crazy, man. I mean, if you don't believe in anything else, maybe there's like some weird, like, I mean, think about like, so people say when they trip on DMT, everyone trips on DMT kind of like the same. You travel through this thing, you break through, and then you see things. Well, a lot of people see like floating beings and stuff like that, like in a spatial place. So who's to say that those things don't actually exist, and they're like they use
Interstellar, bro.
Yeah,
That
man. Who
movie
knows? Who
that
knows?
movie's
I mean, there's
crazy.
it's an endless theory.
I don't see
We could
it.
talk forever about it, honestly. We could talk forever about.
And then speaking of black holes, I just got sent this thing by my Buddha bro about CERN. You guys know about CERN?
Yeah,
the God particle and shit. That's just crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. And they're
like
doing crazy shit.
It shows that the universe can be controlled invisible. Like there's all this shit that we can't see. We could create shit out of there and it could control us. All this air, everything around us, everything within this universe. That fucking CERN thing could fucking shoot protons and control that shit. I mean, it showed us that these things could fuck us all up and go crazy.
And they could create a black hole just out of doing that.
Create a black hole.
That's what they think they did. They think they created like the tiniest black hole. And that's
yeah,
what's
they're
going
hella
on.
crazy. A little black hole is still crazy.
You know what? And with that, right? So after they just turned it on and did it again, because they just did it again after like what 2 or 3 years or something like that. Like they didn't do it for a while.
Do that no more.
Think about all the droughts that are happening right now. You see all the rivers drying up and shit.
Think about Atlantis. Atlantis probably did the same shit.
Dude, there was a river that dried up in Texas that revealed like millions of year old like dinosaur prints in the riverbed.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Dude, there's hella shit.
That's something to really get. My mother don't even believe in dinosaurs. I told her about that the other day. She's like, "Oh, they did that," and I'm like, "You're tripping. There's no
in
way."
the Philippines, they just found another species of human beings. It's little people called their pygmies and shit. They just found these guys in the Philippines.
But like, who knows what's going on? And I saw China. I read at one point like they got an artificial sun. Like they're trying to. That
was fake though. I think they have that,
sure?
But that video was fake.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's the thing. They come out with it. You have a lot of articles on it, and now it's fake. Is it fake because they want it to be fake? Because, dude, you got an artificial sun. Like you're trying to harness the power of the sun in a chamber. Like that's not good. You shouldn't be doing that.
We have the fucking CERN. We have the power of a black hole maker.
I don't know. But in all,
I'm going to stock up on butter.
I think that all of us definitely believe in aliens, obviously, and that we're not alone. And who knows?
I have a crazy
we don't really know.
Though. I have one crazy story about this, just like this.
Close us out with a good story, Gino.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. We were on a meeting just like this. I guess we could talk about the fucking so crypto shit's big. It's just a Zoom meeting. I have to wake up every day for this goddamn Zoom meetings. We all meet these people. It was making basically we're making a metaverse for this coin, blah blah blah. Anyways, all these certain people would come on like people that would get on board would be like some famous people, this and that. One time it was like some older dude, pretty much older white dude, just normal guy, talked pretty good. Like you could tell ex-military. He had a fucking dad hat that said, you know, vet or whatever. And he was just talking, and he works in like new technologies and shit, basically relating to that shit. Anyways, before he leaves, he's like, oh, since everyone's here, I just want to tell you guys this story real quick. And he starts talking. He's like, my family, my grandpa, my dad were all in the military, blah, blah, blah. Starts saying like they had certain clearances. And he's saying pretty much, get ready, guys, because that fucking 3 light UFO, the 3 light triangle that everyone sees, he's saying that that's US made, and that they're going to reveal that in a couple of years, that that's our shit. So
I think they're gonna reveal it sooner. So that dude just came out.
So.
Where'd that dude? I think it was like, was it Parliament? He
Just
came out and said,
from someone not like searching for it, you know, like someone telling you about it. It's kind of crazy.
I think he went in front of Parliament. Don't quote me, but some dude just came out and said like the 24th, like watch out for like the September 24th, 2022. Like
that
that's a day that you're
about
gonna
the
remember.
same shit, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, so he went in front of like a big government like board or somewhere. I you know, don't quote me now. No, I feel like an ass, but he did say that. So that's wild. And another thing is my brother predicted COVID before anyone did, man. He lived in Vegas he was living in Vegas at the time when COVID hit.
Yeah.
But he predicted that shit a year beforehand. And that was wild to me. So that opened my eyes to a bunch of other stuff. But I digress. We can sit here and talk forever.
For sure. I've seen alien lights before too in Hawaii. That shit was crazy. And I know that those weren't you.
So definitely all of our listeners, do us a favor. Make sure that you email us if you want to give us your take on what you think that we're living with, or what's around us, or what's out there. Send it to us, or comment on any videos that we have, and we would love to discuss it. Other than that, make sure you're following us, UrbanQuest, UrbanQuest.com. Make sure you're signing up for the app, man. Download the app today. We actually just dropped ticketing. So now for your event, you can go to UrbanQuest.com, use the ticketing, and that will create your own event. So tons of different avenues. You better sign up, man.
I am on it.
Other than that, man, thank you for stopping by, checking us out. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, puke all over that like button. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure you comment, like and comment, share. We love y'all, man. So with that being said, stay lit.
Stay informed.
Peace.
Peace.